Here's a clip of a toy lamb placed on a fridge. Pay close attention to its head, or you'll miss it. Some people think that dolls are simply another vessel for entities to inhabit. That being said, could this be an example of such a case?
Wanna play murder?
Okay, play murder.
We have it already!
I've listened to this like 1,000 times, and I keep hearing murder instead of later, which is what I think it's supposed to say. But what do you hear? Is it saying murder or later? Let me know. Ortega Salas was hospitalized after having a heart attack. Ever since then, things at home have been unusual. Ortega has been documenting all the strange things that have been happening, but it's the following video in which Ortega captures the most activity. While talking about these strange occurrences, this happens.
Aquí algunas cosas se han movido y tratamos de captar lo más que se pueda en cuestionamientos de las cosas que se mueven, tratando de, miren, ahí está el primero y eso es lo que me da miedo, no sé lo que pasa, tratando de, este monito, te lo dieron a mi esposa en el hospital. No sé si agarrarlo o no, la verdad me da un poco de cosa. Ese mono se nos ha caído ya varias veces, hasta en la noche. No sé si realmente deba de agarrarlo o no, pero tratando. Ese mono, algunas cajas que tenemos aquí, se nos han caído.
Jimmy Jimenez is an urban explorer. On his Facebook page, he has a couple of videos of places he's explored. But there's one video in particular that has caught the attention of Pedro A., the person who suggested this video. In it, Jimmy enters the premises of an abandoned home. Everything appears to be normal, until later on, when something really creepy happens. Pay very close attention or you'll miss it. Here's Jimmy entering the home once again and seeing a doll on a chair. Now here's Jimmy leaving the place, but this time, that same doll from earlier is now in a different position. If no one had moved the doll, then who did? It's the middle of the night, and O-Deject is on his phone when something downright creepy happens. In the corner of his room, there's a doll. O-Deject writes, "I was on my phone in my room when I heard something." This is what he caught. The doll appears to have moved by itself. Now, it could be the case that friction was responsible for this. But regardless of whether or not this was something paranormal, the video is still nonetheless pretty creepy. The question still remains though, as not enough evidence is given to prove either claim. Did friction have to do anything with this? Or did it actually move on its own? What do you think? Urban explorer Lalo Escalante is at a cemetery with a friend when they come across a small crypt containing a life-size doll. They take a look inside and see that the doll is standing upright against the wall. There's something about the doll that unsettles them, and so they immediately proceed to walk away. But after only walking a couple of feet, they capture this.
¿Quién está aquí con nosotros? Queremos verte. Queremos que te manifiestes. Osvaldo, la puerta, mira, güey. Puerta, güey. Mira, güey, se abrió. Güey. Ay, la madre. Estoy cagado, güey. Estoy que le recagado, güey. Esta madre estaba cerrada, cabrón. Esta madre estaba cerrada, amigos. Eso estaba así. Mira. No mames. Esto se abrió sola, cabrón. No mames. La muñeca se movió, Chicho. Chicho se movió, güey, la muñeca, güey. La madre, güey. La madre, güey. Se movió la muñeca, güey. Ay, güey. A la vida.
The doll's head moves on its own. Both Lalo and his friend were terrified. They're certain that whatever moved its head wasn't due to some sort of mechanical function built into the doll, but rather something supernatural. But what do you think this might have been? I'll leave it to you to decide. A family buys a doll from a thrift store, but ever since buying it, there's been nothing but strange occurrences taking place inside their home. They believe that the doll is haunted and is therefore responsible for the strange activity that's been happening. From toys turning on by themselves to things moving on their own, the family is stuck in a house that they believe is haunted. The family has no idea as to how they could stop the strange activity. But then one day, a friend of the family suggested that they light a white candle by the doll in the hopes that doing so would stop the activity. They do just that, but something very strange happens. The family sets up a camera in front of the doll to capture anything unusual that happens. This is what they caught. The candlelight mysteriously gets brighter, but unfortunately, this had no effect on the strange activity. Things only appear to get worse. But then one day, the strangest incident happens. The daughter is playing with the doll when the following is caught on camera.
Can we get you better? Okay, baby? Oh, do you want to drink this here?
If you listen closely, you can almost hear what sounds like a slap. The daughter even says that she was hurt. Viewers who've seen the video believe that the doll had slapped her. The parents also believe this, given the strange occurrences they've encountered. But what do you think? Did the doll actually slap her, or was it something else? Let me know your thoughts. If you hate dolls, then you'll probably want to skip this one, as what's captured in it is just terrifying. A girl is playing with her doll when the following happens. Be sure to pay close attention to the doll, or you'll miss it.
And Kaliana, how was this video to you? Good? Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Kaliana. You are a good sport. So, Kaliana, what?
As she plays with her toy, the doll moves its head all on its own. Now, it could be that the doll has a built-in feature that allows it to move, but based on how she reacted upon seeing this, it seems like this wasn't a feature built into the doll. Viewers seem to agree and suggest that the doll is haunted. But as always, I'll let you be the judge of that. Haunted or not, you let me know. The following video was submitted by Arthur Cruz, who writes, "A security guard who works at a mall was hearing noises coming from a stockroom inside a store. Apparently the store in question is haunted. He goes inside and sees this." Talk about nightmare fuel. This is terrifying. All the dolls appear to be turned on. Arthur believes that the store itself might have something to do with this, considering it's haunted. Although that could be the case, it could be that the dolls are sound activated and were all set off after one of them turned on. But if that's the case, then how did the first doll turn on? I'll leave it to you to figure this one out. Haunted or not, this is still pretty creepy. Out of all kinds of paranormal activity, those involving dolls are probably the creepiest, and this next video is no exception. YouTuber Zombie66 uploaded the following video and writes, "This was a video of cup stacking. I am very worried and cannot figure out how this happened. I have since placed the doll away in an old barn I have. This is the footage that was caught. Be sure to pay close attention to the background for this one." What was supposed to be a video of someone showing off their cup stacking skills turned out to be footage of something terrifying. A doll is caught on camera moving on its own, and it seems that no one had noticed until watching the footage later. Needless to say, they were left disturbed after seeing this. Now, this is the only video on the channel where something paranormal happens, which makes it more believable, as someone else who fakes such videos would upload more of this content for views. Whether or not the footage is real is up for debate. But if there's one thing most viewers agree on, it's that placing the doll in the barn was a good idea, as it's better to be safe than sorry. We can see three people who appear to be friends using what looks to be a Ouija board. Out of all paranormal videos, those involving Ouija boards often show footage of a session that goes wrong. That being said, this next video is no exception. This is what was caught. A stuffed toy moves on its own, but it seems that no one had noticed it. That is until later in the video when someone looks over. Whether real or not, viewers believe that it's best to never use a Ouija board, as most videos show that something goes wrong. But of course, what do you think? It's worth mentioning that the following video features a doll, so if you plan on sleeping tonight, you'll probably want to skip this one. Now the video itself doesn't have much info. It seems to have been shot years ago, as the quality of the footage isn't exactly 4K. But it's what happens in the video that makes up for the lack of quality, for what's captured on camera is pretty unsettling. The video starts off with a child who seems very excited over the fact that the camera on which this video had been recorded is finally working after failing to turn on for a while. Enthused that the camera is now functioning, the child excitedly tells her mother about this while recording her. The child then goes on to tell their sister about this. However, it's what happens next that has left viewers of the video disturbed. Take a look.
Mami, mira, ya aprendí a grabar, voltea. Sí. Ay, Jasmine, ya aprendí a grabar, enana. Ay, Michi, se me olvidó. Michi, voltea. Voltea. Ay, voltea. Michi, voltea.
Behind the child's sister, the head of a doll that's placed on top of a dresser turns on its own. And it doesn't move just slightly, as though small vibrations had caused this, but rather turns its head almost completely around before stopping to look at the camera directly at its lens. But even more unsettling is the fact that it turned its head after the child repeatedly asked his sister to turn around and look at the camera. Because of this, viewers find this video to be evidence of something paranormal. According to them, a certain entity attached to the doll's head had thought the child was calling out to them, when in fact, the child was actually calling out to their sister. Now of course, as with most videos, this is purely speculative. It isn't obvious as to what exactly had caused the doll's head to move, but as always, I'll let you come up with your own ideas. Had something paranormal been caught on camera, or was something else caught instead? Feel free to let me know what you think. In this next video, a man is looking outside his window when he notices something odd. Across from his apartment, a set of mannequins are lined up in front of a store. As he takes a closer look at one of these mannequins, something pretty baffling happens. This is what he captured.
Te lo juro que esa muñeca no estaba mirando hacia acá, mira. ¿Ves que parece como si nos estuviera mirando? Amor, parpadeó. Amor, te lo juro que parpadeó.
As if the mannequin itself wasn't creepy enough, this happens. Upon zooming in on its face, the figure suddenly blinks. Terrified by what he'd seen, the man is at a loss for words as he tries to explain what just happened. Like something straight out of a horror movie, the doll comes to life and scares the man to his core. Yet as with most videos, this one remains shrouded in mystery as not much else is known about the clip. Whether the video was simply edited to pull this off is unknown, but it seems that many viewers find this video to be genuine. Real or not, the thought of seeing a mannequin come to life is terrifying on its own. In this last video, two friends are playing with a doll that, according to them, does something pretty strange. The video starts off with both friends playing with the doll, hoping it would do the thing that it usually does. However, while recording the figurine, they notice that its eyes are a different color. For some reason, its blue eyes, initially seen at the start of the clip, are now completely black. They continue to record the doll when this is captured.
Her eyes are black on here. Why aren't they
She
black?
turned this way.
Why
I've
is-
seen that.
Look at this.
She's
Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. They're black. Her eyes are like real light blue.
And she completely stopped moving just a second. See? She did it again.
Hey, Marissa.
She just, look. That fan is still blowing and she's stopping. See? See?
Yeah. That's so creepy.
Yeah, it is.
It sounds like creepy. She won't stand anywhere else on the table.
No, I've tried it in 3 or 4 places up here and she won't do it. Let's see something.
With her paw.
Oh, I did not do that. I'm freaking out.
Somehow, the doll turns by itself after being moved around. According to them, it seemingly doesn't like being placed in a certain spot. It's for this reason that it turns away on its own. Now the friends have tried explaining this, but it seems that nothing plausible comes to mind. They have no clue as to how the doll moved on its own. Unfortunately, with no further info on this video, it seems that this incident will remain a mystery. But aside from this encounter, there's no denying that the doll's appearance is pretty creepy. Paranormal or not, this doll has to be the stuff of nightmares. This next video was posted by a woman named Lorley Gons, who states that something very strange was captured in a video that was taken many years ago. The girl in this clip is Lorley's cousin-in-law's daughter, who was about 10 years old when she took this video. According to Lorley, she was filming herself in her bedroom when something pretty spooky happened. The video starts off with the young girl playing with her toys, doing a show and tell of a kitchen playset she was recently given.
Hola loberistas, hoy estamos en un nuevo video para mi canal y hoy voy a estar mostrando las cositas, tenedores y todas las cositas de cocina que tengo para jugar.
Now, as the young girl states, this video is for her YouTube channel, which according to Lorley is solely based on pretend play videos and toy reviews. What was meant to be an innocent pretend play video turned out to be something completely different. Take a look.
Bueno, empecemos. Primero tengo este cuchillo, es muy lindo. Pues tengo esto que es como para cortar pizza, creo. ¿Sí? Pues tengo esto, cuchara, una cuchilla filosa. Ahora tengo 2 tenedores así, uno rosita, igual que el cuchillo que mostré al principio. No sé si lo mostré al principio. Y este tenedor amarillo. Pues tener... Se me está cayendo todo. Perdón, se me está cayendo todo. 2 cuchillos amarillos iguales. Después, las tacitas. Tengo esta tacita rosita y esta tacita como fucsia. Huevo, ¿sí?
It was promptly after noticing the doll's arm lifting on its own that the girl pauses, turns around, and bolts out in a panic frenzy. Even before this, it appeared that she had already sensed something strange was happening. As if seeing one of her toys suddenly fall by itself wasn't already enough to make her feel unsettled, this happens. Now currently, the girl in this video is 14 years old, but despite how old this video is, it continues to haunt her to this day. Just like Lorley and others who've seen this clip, they have no idea as to how the doll seemingly moved on its own. In the following video, a babysitter is looking after a girl who in the video can be seen playing with her toys.
What you doing over there? Nice.
The reason for filming this video is because it was just earlier that the 5-year-old had said something very creepy to the babysitter. He films this video to record what she said. Take a look.
What was it that you told me earlier about your doll?
When I play hide and seek with my doll, it moves.
You said it moves?
Yeah.
That doll? This doll?
Yeah.
You said it moves?
Yeah.
Like you move it, or? What? When does it move?
When I play hide and seek with her.
When you play hide and seek?
Yeah.
Bro.
This creepy looking doll apparently comes to life when you play with it, but according to the child, it only moves if you play hide and seek with it. Now the child is only 5, so it could be that she was speaking from her imagination. But this notion didn't stop the babysitter from seeing if it was true. Curious to see if the doll actually moves, the babysitter plays a game of hide and seek. As he plays, he records it.
9, 10.
We're playing hide and seek. Oh my god! Sadie, you scared me. Don't do that, dude.
Although quite a jump scare, the sitter would much rather be scared by a dog than a haunted doll. Thankfully, as he says, it didn't move. Now, while it may seem that nothing unusual occurred during this night, something happens later that scares the sitter to his core. According to him, the 5-year-old had just been put to bed when suddenly he sees this.
Like, I noticed the dog has been staring at the doll. Looking at it. I'm kind of freaked out right now.
For some reason, the dog stares at the doll for more than a few minutes. Even weirder is that they stare at it from a distance. It's as though they're afraid of getting close. Given what was said about the doll, this strange occurrence is made creepy. But fast forward to just a few hours later, and something way creepier is caught on camera. The sitter is taking a nap inside a room, when out of nowhere, a faint noise comes from the living room. Mind you, the living room is where the doll was last seen. The sitter promptly wakes up and begins to record. This is what he caught.
Yo.
Strangely, a toy inside the living room goes off on its own, but next to the toy is what appears to be the doll. It seems to be in the same position as before, until it's not. If you look closely, you'll notice that the doll starts to move on its own. It appears to be lifting its head slowly, as if trying to make eye contact with the camera before quickly falling over. The babysitter, who at this point has seen enough, hurries out in a state of terror. The doll, as it seems, had come to life. Despite that there isn't a follow-up video to this incident, one can safely assume how the sitter felt throughout the night. But as with all videos, I'll let you be the judge on this whole encounter. Did the babysitter actually capture footage of something paranormal? Or might there be another explanation for this? It may just be that this video remains a mystery. Now, the following video was taken back in 2016, and it seems that not many people have seen this footage, but despite not having many views, the video is still pretty creepy. The person recording this is known as Leon, and it was just then that something very strange happened with his wardrobe. Leon records this video, hoping that it happens again. Leon waits patiently, yet nothing happens. He swears that only a couple minutes ago, the cupboard was moving on its own, but unfortunately, as he records, nothing unusual occurs. That is, until Leon shows the inside of his wardrobe. Take a look.
Voy a abrir el ropero.
Now there's a reason as to why there's a clown doll in the closet. Leon says it's because of an incident that occurred a few nights ago. He doesn't exactly say what happened, but ever since then, he's put it in the closet to prevent whatever happened. Now getting rid of it would be a better idea, as he says, but it's a pricey heirloom that his family values, so trashing it is out of the question. However, as Leon continues to record, something happens that prompts him to get rid of it. Watch.
Acá el ropero donde mi mamá guarda es este.
defiende mucho. Es que una persona cuando se está enferma hay que entenderla. Porque solamente el sufrimiento que pasa a la persona. Ahí está echando la bola.
Sí, sí, ahí estamos viendo.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches, sí, tiene más actividad en la noche. Bueno, vamos a abrir a ver qué. Ahí se mueve. ¿Ya viste? Ahí como que...
Porque no me gusta que hagan para. Se enoja para nada.
Sí.
Se pone malo.
Bueno, pero tengo que abrir los cajones para que se vea que acá hay papeles y que hay ropa y que no hay nadie que pueda meterse adentro y vamos a abrir. Acá está el payaso.
Feeling doubtful that something would happen, Leon captures this. The wardrobe begins to shake vigorously. Like someone trapped inside, the dresser rocks back and forth as though whoever or whatever's inside is struggling to escape. But as we just saw, nothing is found to explain the movement. Leon even shows the space around to show that no one is behind.
Como pueden ver acá, el ropero está pegado a la pared. No sé si se puede, no hay nadie como para que haga alguna.
As with all videos, this one is pretty strange. But let me know your thoughts on the footage. Just what exactly was causing the wardrobe's movement? On July 20 of 2023, a radio station in South America was airing a live broadcast that left many viewers feeling disturbed. The footage was broadcast online, so those who tuned in were totally creeped out. In the broadcast, viewers were introduced to a special guest named Antonio Zamudio, who according to the host is someone who's had a history of paranormal experiences. Antonio talks about these experiences, but when he talks about one instance involving a clown doll, the whole studio goes quiet. Viewers could tell that the atmosphere in the room had changed. Everybody was feeling unsettled, and even more so when Antonio showed footage of the clown doll. In the video, Antonio shows a close-up of the clown, which he says was given to him by a family who found it at a garage sale. But after they took it home, things got very strange. They decided to give it to Antonio given his experience with the paranormal. But one night, after setting up static cameras to record the doll in case anything strange happens, he captures this. Somehow, the doll moves on its own. Looking closely, it appears to move by itself at an upright position before running across the room. Understandably, Antonio was just as baffled as he was terrified. It made sense now as to why the family seemed utterly spooked about this doll. Something wasn't right with it. To this day, Antonio says that he keeps it locked up in a glass case, given what happened that night. It's unknown if anything strange has happened since then, but until any updates are given, the question remains. Just how exactly did the clown doll move on its own? This next video was taken at a storage facility where a father owns a storage unit containing obscure vintage items. The facility is well known for being creepy, but it's the contents of this unit that's by far the creepiest. Among all things inside is a toy monkey that the father knows is worth a lot of money. Although initially not wanting to sell the doll, he now hopes that someone would buy it off his hands as soon as possible. Ever since having it, the stuff inside his unit would move on their own. Now, noise complaints would often be made by employees who accuse the man of living in his storage, but after setting up a camera to show that it's the stuff inside being thrown around, he captures this. Like something straight out of a horror movie, the toy doll moves on its own. The staff working at the storage facility were just as spooked as the man who owns this unit. He believes that this is the culprit behind the strange noises employees heard. While there has yet to be a prospective buyer for this doll, the man continues to document the monkey on the off chance that something else is caught on camera. But currently, nothing else has happened. As always, let me know your thoughts on this one. On the night of March 5th of 2024, a young girl is wide awake at a time when she should be asleep. Despite being past her bedtime, this doesn't stop her from playing with her toys. Throughout the night, she remains awake while keeping herself engaged in imaginary play. But little does she know, something unexpected would interrupt playtime. According to the child's mother, the family has been on edge ever since watching the footage recorded on their daughter's security camera. It's around 11 at night when this is captured.
Do you want to play with me? Hey, do you want to play with me? Sure, I'll play with you. So I'm going to play. Yeah. Bling, bling, bling. Bling, bling, bling. Bling, yum, doing, doing. Let's go.
It's no wonder that the mother has kept her daughter away from this room. From a toy lighting up on its own and strangely playing the same song the child hums, to seeing her getting dragged under the bed in a seamless motion, the family is extremely concerned for the safety of their children. They believe that something had lured her using a toy. Although it isn't certain if the mother had asked what her daughter had seen, she's made sure to lock the room after seeing this. But only a few days later, she does this.
So I've been getting a lot of questions. People have been asking me, have you been in the room? Have you guys looked under the bed? No, we haven't. We haven't been in the room in the last 2 days. We've been a little scared. Scared right now. Oh my god.
As if checking under the bed wasn't already scary enough, she captures this, a creepy looking doll hidden below the mattress. She continues to record when suddenly the doll begins to move. Now it's a bit hard to see at first, but after looking again, its head can be seen shifting ever so slightly. It's as if it knows it's being seen. Immensely terrified, the mother bolts out of the room in a panic frenzy. Naturally, she's kept the room locked ever since then. While it isn't known if anything else had occurred outside of the room, the mother continues to post updates giving her thoughts on the whole situation. But currently, the question on the parents' mind remains unanswered. Just what exactly had dragged their child under the bed?